family salvation, family stability, personal commitment, individual problems. A closing song and dismissal, and she has refreshments, but we know it was them. And that was the very first meeting. And that 80, Sunday, January 27th, 1980.
Since that time, our family has never strayed from the foundation. Song, being of the family feast put together by Jacqueline and the Bible study group, and outreach ministry and monthly news were added. The gathering always included dinner at the end of the meeting. For the past 41 years, Jacqueline Coleman Ponder led and taught our family Bible study group. After much prayer in 1920, in 1920, the torch was passed to 2020, the torch was passed to Curtis Frazier. Curtis has taken hold of the reins, and he brings the lessons each month. Over these 43 years, we have experienced all of life's events. As Ecclesiastes calls it, 3:1 states everything has in time. There has been birth and death, employment, unemployment, and retirement. There have been hurts and healings, weeping and laughing, mourning and dancing, cast away and gathering, gains and losses, but always love. In addition, we experienced a worldwide pandemic, COVID-19. Beginning in January of 2020, except medical personnel or medical related was ordered to shelter in place. Thus, the Family Bible Study Group had to shelter in place. Vaccines were mandated for everyone. It was then a frightening period in history. Many family members contacted the COVID virus, but praise be to God, none of us has perished from this virus. Yes, God is exceptionally good to us. Because our desires to continue to come together, despite COVID, prohibiting us from connecting physically, the family used Zoom, a media platform, to connect virtually on the fourth Sunday of each month from 3 to 4. This is why today, on the 43rd anniversary, our family's first time coming together in the past few years, we can say, regardless of the circumstances we have faced or the needs we have had in our family lives, God has always provided for us. As long as the Family Bible Study Group adhere to our family creed and remain faithful to God, we will be all right. God always keeps his promise.
Amen. That's it.
Amen. 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 But the elders, not yet, Auntie, so you come next, but those three, especially three elders, not you, I know, but you there. So if the three elders want to add anything to anything we missed, anything needs to be clarified, because it's history. And the reason I gave all the names, I look at Henry Louis Gates. Y'all ever look at him? And he's able to trace a lot of stuff because of the names. So I've added every name of everybody. I did do Jacqueline, I think I did say Jacqueline Hill and Harper, Eula, Daniel, whatever. And that was the reason I added two.
So we have given them the year of 2022, $1,080. They've been
Chance you could. I've been in out of the barrel and everything. I didn't know you anyway.
But you mean.
Amazing.
Hey,
That's
you
it.
Yeah.
Reflection.
Yeah.
You know, when Vet called and told me about reflection, I thought, if you want to pinpoint me today, go to the 21st chapter of John. Start at the 15th verse and go down to the 23rd.
John.
Yeah, John 21.
Okay.
Because in this scenario, you will find that Jesus had reached the point And he asked Peter, call him by his name too. Do you love me? John said, yes, I love you. Jesus asked the second time, do you love me? Yes, I love you, John. Jesus told to feed the lamb, feed the sheep. Then Jesus asked the third time. John got a little bass in the voice. Said, oh, you know I love you. And he said, feed the sheep. So when you look at that scenario, there are two lessons taught there. One of them speak, one of the next I'll ask you if I get a chance, I speak on it. He was asking for John with what? Reflect back. When you've been with me, all he do is ask for reflection. But he did start, he gave him a charge too. Now the third one, if I'll give it a chance, one day I'll speak on that third one, but it was three there. So when I looked back, if everybody just go back 43 years from now, what would you look like? Just take your mind and jump back 43 years. And you'll find out that when we started out on this family Bible study, believe it or not, the underlying principle of salvation. You look at the bottom line, because that's what it's all about. That's what it started in. Because that was our founder and point. And we were just God was so good to us that he not only gave us a person, but he gave us a person who was certified and qualified to what? Be our leader. That's it. So therefore, coming together on that first time, everything in place, time, place, and everything, you will find that we were already organized to start off on this salvation. Now, in this span of time, we have had some good, bad, indifference, and everything. Right. We start with when there been some marriages, we were all that. There have been some deaths, we were all there. There have been some times that we were kind of confused, we were all there. We had these little Christmas parties, we were all there. So therefore, when you look at the total picture, this family Bible study has touched every one of us our lives. Amen. In this room. Amen. And in touching every one of our lives in this room, we have what I call the captain of the ship, my sister Jacqueline Butler. She was always there to give you not what you want to hear, but give you what the word says. That's right. Because sometimes when you listen to what I want to hear, might not be what I really need. Just give me what the word says. And when we look at that total picture, I have to think back at times when we had the little Christmas party. We were having a Christmas party. But the underlying thing was what? We were together. And it always ended with what? Salvation. We had our little dinners at the end of the, that's why Jesus was able to ask Peter, do you love me? Because they've been with him all this time. You want to know, Peter, what have you seen? What have you that'll help you to carry on? Now, if you look at it, that's why people was able to, that's what we're about to what? The teaching of Jesus. We don't see, because you have to be careful with this. Y'all don't know. You really do. See what y'all don't know? That group right there. That little small group right there, I've seen it over and over. We teach them salvation. We teach them, Lord, love Jesus. And they leave and they go on off to school. They come back from the school. I'll change my name. What my name? My name is boo boo boo, all blues and all that. Why? You're not well grounded. You just
Right.
gonna
That's
differently
right.
around, they leave here with one name, come back with another name, they leave here with Christianity,
That's
come
right.
back with another kind of religion, you
That's
ain't
right.
never is.
That's right.
And get mad and wanna argue with you on it.
That's right.
Because you can talk all you want, but baby, these are what? This is it.
That's right.
This in your hand.
That's right.
And you should have a complete history. I'm hoping to make it good by next year. To give input one in every fact. And put pictures with them, Brother Gerald. Gerald.
Yes, sir.
I know I know you take pictures, we don't want you to do it free because we'll be fair. But you take good pictures, and we should have some pictures.
Yeah.
Yes, we should. And if you wanna strengthen what you have, not what? Weaken. And if you're gonna strengthen, you better do it now. While our heads are what? Able. Don't want you see me lying in the cast out, ooh, he was part of that. So let's get the, and then not only that, you have Sarah and Joe and y'all, you can also fill in that, cause there's some things y'all can fill in with. You know, this is the thing that we need to what? Deal with and not play with. Any questions I have right now?
Yes, not question, but when we make a statement like that, you also must have some kind of global, way of doing it, who's going to be responsible, because all of us will walk out and say, we'll do it, and that's when you're done. So you're going to have to appoint, or somebody will have to agree to get it together and make it happen. It's not gonna just happen.
Sis, this way you come from right there. You can't have but one captain on the ship. That ain't captain right
Okay.
now that captain, you need to get your, committee together, if you're serious. Put all this stuff together, you're saying, y'all need to first lay out the format. Then let us what? Come in and fill in. And by this time, just Jerome.
I hear what you're saying, that's good, but you're only talking about this side. When they get to popping them, they're not talking about it.
No, that's why I said your diaphylated tree and your monofhylated tree.
Well,
Now, you go into the diaphylated tree, you got to go into analyze the K and all of them. See what I'm saying? But as long as you stay in the monophylated tree, you're gonna deal with you and people. That's up to you.
Yes, no.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
It's right in that third one, but you
Well, Hey, we get
just say it.
the one I said I wanna give. No, you ever know it? That one deal with it. Hey, let's go to bed.
Okay, and the truth is, this week, Styler and I were talking, and I was telling her about Granddaddy's West. I remember, and the brother JC and the brother. I remember, and I told her, and I tell them, you know, Eula Pearl, I tell them Jasper, but JC Brown, and how he worked for Riches, and how he passed, he worked and failed, but he was still working. And so when he said, it's like, well, I already been doing that. And, so those names and stuff, you know, I remember Dad is for Becca, you know, my mom was the fourth generation, but she remembered. And she talked about this slate, you know, and I did record Mom, my dad's grandmama. Which was before she died, but I can't find my cassette. Yeah, Dr. G.
On that note, what you said, me not raising my hand because I have two children always asking questions about education. You know, dad and whether, nobody knows whether it means, you know. But if you get on down on the mama side, anything you wanna know about that family, you call Rose, she's younger than we are, but she can pick you. 1800 on those.
And it's right here. Well, y'all ought to be surprised.
and know how important it is. Thank you for holding on. Give due where due is to be given. When we were about to fall apart and 4 or 5 of us would show up, you stuck right with it. Longevity equal loyalty.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then we've been doing this for 43 years. Don't you think God rewards that? He ain't gonna give you no money, so don't look for that. But he will give you a sense of understanding.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
We took a charge about 8 to 10 years ago. We remember. And we said at Vet and Bernie's house, there were about 10 of us there. And we said, we will take up the mantle when the time comes. Shucks. She said, and it was just the 2 of us, remember this, if she don't have to. But she said to me, she said, Kurt, I'm going to pass on some things to Yvette, to, who else is on the ministerial staff? Darlene and Tracy. She said, I'm gonna be there, but I'm gonna step back. And then she said, I got something for you. But see, that was a long time ago. But she called me about almost 3 years ago. She said, I need for you to do something. And I didn't want to do it because I look around and there are other family members. I'm not blood family, but you would be hard pressed to separate me from anyone in here. You would have a hard time, okay? But she said, I want you to take up the family Bible study. And I didn't question her anymore beyond that. But she did ask me, you want to start? I said, well, I got a few things on my plate right now. Give me until at least October. It's been 2 years. And I learned from being under her tutelage. See, we didn't just start last week. She was my Sunday school person for years. And I came from a preparation group of people. Reverend Lumpkin used to say, and I mentioned this yesterday at a funeral, he said, now when they call you to do something, get up and do it and then sit down. But this is not one of those times. I need to let you know all the ins and outs so you won't get confused. I got grandkids over there. They need to know. I have that green book. I've used it in classrooms. I've used it in Sunday school. How important is it? It is so important because you will be scattered.
Yeah.
I had 30 plus nieces and nephews. An old 91-year-old lady said, keep them in the loops for me, son. Keep up with them. Every month. I text them. I call them. I don't want anything from you. I just want to know that you're all right.
That's right. Amen.
Is that important?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is.
That's right.
Well, keeping in line with what Reverend Lumpkin said, and see, I told him yesterday that I had a teacher in Reverend Lumpkin. See, on Wednesday night, you had to come, and then you just didn't come. You had to come and pray. For Sunday, for Wednesday's person.
Yeah.
He always wanted you to be somewhat prepared. So when I talk to you on 4 Sundays, I have more notes than I'll ever be able to share with you. Because as a teacher, we've always over-prepared.
Yeah.
Just in case time ran out. You weren't going to catch us talking about something over there, but we're going to continue the lesson until we get it done. Right, Miss Administrator? Because just in case you walk in and observe, we were supposed to be doing something. Bell-to-bell instruction. But I said something to a group of people yesterday at a funeral. I didn't realize that man had that many people. We filled up every seat at Midway and put chairs in the aisle. And they were his family. Deacon Ruff passed.
You wouldn't know him.
He came later. A great, don't do anything else. The mere fact that you're here. The job has been put on our shoulders.
That's right.
trust us to carry it on. Because we're gonna send it over to you and to you.
That's right.
If it's just one. That's why Kirk used to say, Daddy, we going to Sunday school and it's just gonna be me and you in the class. But I said, that's okay, we could have stayed at home. But we said we're going if it's just two of us.
Amen.
And then Jermaine will show up and then 2 or 3 other people. But our charge was to do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
We have a responsibility. I before I sit down, I just want to recognize Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry, he don't like for me to do this, but let me tell you something. I'm the HOA president. There are 9 of us on the board, but there ain't but 2 or 3 of us that work.
That's it.
But I could call him. And then he gets so now that I don't even need to call him. I just need to mention that the stuff, I'm gonna get those stuff down tomorrow. Then I drive through and it's already down.
Amen.
But I have a true friend,
Yeah.
Amen.
and he loved some Isadora Hill
Amen.
and Jackie Ponder.
Amen.
See, when Chicken Leg passed, people went to the church and then they went home. He went to the gravesite and then followed you from there.
Amen.
No obligation.
That's right.
Y'all, I could talk all day, but I gotta sit down now. Because my leg ain't worth it used to be. I gotta sit down. But I just gotta let you know how proud I am.
Glory
I
to
brag
God.
about y'all all the time. Y'all don't know that.
Amen.
though.
Amen.
So if your nose and your ears start itching, it's because
So I'm not saying what we have to do, but I'm saying that we have to put that in place somewhere. So that history will have a beginning.
First Sunday in January, I was sitting in church and pastor was preaching. And I said, you know what? It is oftentimes that we need to take an inventory of where we are in our spiritual life. Now, I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just saying, you please take an inventory of where you are in your spiritual life. The second part of what I want to share is putting God first in everything you do. I can look across this room. I can tell you some examples of those who have put God first in every aspect of their lives. I myself had to check myself. I've come a long way from where I used to be, but I understand putting God first in every decision. And that's just not about this world. I'm not talking about the house. I'm not talking about the car. I'm talking about every aspect of your life. Now, you can benefit from those things, yes. I'm not gonna discount that. Because if you do, God will bless you. Most times, He gives you more than what you even thought you could get. But God, if you put God first in your desires of your heart.
His holy word. He never failed me yet. Oh, can't turn around. We come this far.
I did have in my mind, but then because.
What? She was it. She was it.
I didn't have, she was it. So you don't know, you just don't know what you took. I mean, we didn't even know you then. We knew Janice Carter's board. That's right. But we didn't know Willow, but God has put folk together. When we, I mean, for real, it's been, I'm 65 now, and I know it's been 60 years. At least 60. That God has placed you on, well, maybe 50 for him. But anyway, over 50 years, so we thank you, Lord.
Amen.
You just take us in and bless your heart. Y'all just bless us. But